going to read The Last Queen of the Islands. Although she never dreamed it would happen, Liliuokalani grew up to be the queen of the Hawaiian Islands. Born on the island of Oahu in 1838, she was in her teens when her parents died. Her older brother, Kalakaua, became her guardian. They were kin to the Hawaiian royal family, but Kalakaua was not expected to succeed to the throne. So let's learn about Liliuokalani, the last queen of Hawaii. When King Lunalilo died in 1874 after ruling for barely 1 year, many believed that Queen Emma, widow of a former king, would be chosen to succeed him. It came as a surprise to Queen Emma's supporters that the elected members of Hawaii's governing body passed her by and proclaimed Kalakaua king instead. King Kalakaua reigned for 17 years. The islands were dominated at that time by powerful planters and businessmen. Chief among them was Sanford Dole. Dole was a lawyer, a politician, and planters' natural leader. In 1887, this group forced Kalakaua to sign away almost all of his powers. That made him Hawaii's ruler in name only. Kalakaua had no children. Following the death of his younger brother in 1877, he chose Liliuokalani to succeed him to the throne. She ruled in her brother's place when he was absent from the kingdom. She also represented him at Queen Victoria's Golden Jubilee in London in 1887. So a long, long time ago in Hawaii, before it was part of the United States, there was a king and a queen, right? But at that same time, there was a lot of powerful business people who were planters. They were growing things on the island. Actually, we hear here of Sanford Dole. You probably have eaten a Dole brand fruit cup before. That's the same Dole. This is where he comes from. So he was a lawyer and a politician there. At that time, they were trying to get more control of the island. So they made the king sign away his powers, right? So he was still king, but he didn't really have anything to do as king. So then after him, we had Liliuokalani, right? This queen of Hawaii. Liliuokalani ascended to the throne of Hawaii following her brother's death in 1891. She promptly set about regaining real power. So she wanted to get the power back to the kingdom. The Hawaiian people resented the takeover of their government by the Haoles, as the white-skinned Americans are called in Hawaiian. They supported their queen. Liliuokalani declared a plan for government that gave more power to Native Hawaiians. The Haoles formed a committee to stop her. On January 16, 1893, the Haole leaders brought in American sailors and Marines who were stationed on ships nearby. They were there to prevent riots from breaking out and supported the queen. So this queen, Liliuokalani, she wanted more power back to the Hawaiian people. But there were white Americans who were involved in a lot of business and government there, and they called those people Haoles. So the Haoles did not want to give power back to the queen, so there was a lot of riots going on, a lot of fighting going on to decide who was going to rule the islands. The next day, the Committee of Haoles set up its own government with Sanford Dole as leader. Liliuokalani opposed this. She asked the President of the United States for help. After an investigation, President Grover Cleveland ordered that Liliuokalani be returned to her power. But Dole claimed that the U.S. government had no right to interfere in Hawaii's affairs. On July 4, 1894, he assumed the presidency of the new Republic of Hawaii. Liliuokalani remained queen, but with no power to govern. So this queen asked America for help. She asked the U.S. government if they could stop these people from taking over Hawaii. And the president at the time of the United States said, "You're right, you should stay queen." But those on the island did not care. Dole, right? He said that the U.S. had no place to say that. So she stayed without power. Early the next year, a group of Liliuokalani supporters rebelled against the new government. So they fought back. The attempt was badly bungled, failing miserably. Dole accused Liliuokalani of provoking it and arrested her. She steadfastly denied being involved. But messages between her and her followers had been intercepted, and weapons were found in her home. Liliuokalani was told that if she would abdicate, her supporters, who were then in jail, would not be put to death. To save their lives, she agreed to step down. She was sentenced to 5 years imprisonment for her role in the revolt. After 8 months, Dole pardoned her on the condition that she take no further part in politics. Liliuokalani withdrew to her home, where she continued to fly the Hawaiian flag. So they tried to take back the throne, and it failed. And to save her people's lives who were in prison, she stepped down and was no longer queen. But she still wanted Hawaii to go back to the way it was, so she flew the Hawaiian flag at her home. In 1898, Hawaii became part of the United States, with Sanford Dole serving as governor. For many years, Liliuokalani brought lawsuits against the United States to seek compensation for the injustice of stealing Hawaii from its people, because they should have paid something back, right, for taking Hawaii. Then in 1917, during World War I, the first Hawaiians died fighting for the United States against Germany. The day she received the news, Liliuokalani lowered the Hawaiian flag and hoisted the Stars and Stripes. So at that time, once those first Hawaiians died fighting for the United States, she decided it was over, right? And now Hawaii was now fully governed by the United States. So she took down her Hawaiian flag and she put up the United States flag. Thank you for listening to this story today. We do have links related to each article. If you want the link for this story here, you can find it down in the description below.